You might wonder why we have these BMW motorcycles around the building, one here and the other upstairs next to the photo wall. Well, the reason is that one of the keynote speakers today is Mr. Friedrich Edel from Germany, and he's head of sports marketing in BMW Germany. And he's going to speak or tell his story, what is the reasonability of sports sponsoring policy, or what is the sports sponsoring policy of BMW Group, why with some equipments or vehicles they are supporting one type of event and with the other ones the other type of event. But I'm not going to talk the story of him. He's the fun speaker and the guy who knows much insights from the corporate world side, why they are supporting events and why they are not, and which are the future events they would like to sponsor but that are not existing yet. So the floor is yours. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for the introduction. I'm happy to give you some insights into our sports marketing strategy. I will talk a few words about our overall strategy, why we are picking certain sponsoring fields, and then after that I want to go more into detail into our winter sports activities as they are just lying ahead of us starting this weekend. This is our experiential house, we call it, and you see that the experiential team is organized into in different teams. So we have a broad base where we are covering all our internal events like training for salespeople, for dealerships. So this is really important. But I want to talk about our external platforms where we get in touch with our customers, and there with main focus on sports and cultures, because these two pillars are linked to sponsoring, and these are also the two pillars where we have to be where we are watched really closely, because we spend a lot of money there, so we have to fulfill certain criteria. So we have to fit, there has to be a strategic fit. But at the end of a sponsoring, my boss asked me how many cars do we sell with sponsoring. So we have to fulfill these criteria in order to be still that they still exist in the future. And what we did in the past, we developed a scoring model with a lot of KPIs. So every sponsoring field has to go through this scoring. And at the end of the time, each sponsoring topic gets a certain number, and then you can say which is more successful and which is less successful. And these KPIs we are measuring is about media reach, on-screen time, so how long do you see the BMW logo on TV, for example. We are measuring the brand impact and so on. So a lot of KPIs are going through the system. Another, and in the end you get such a portfolio, and then you can really easily compare each sponsoring field with the other. What is also very important, each sponsoring field, we are having an implementation check, because we just don't want to do one pinnacle event like sponsoring a big professional event. We also want to have the broad base. We want to that our customers participate. Like, for example, in all our golf sponsoring, we have professional golf tournaments, but we also have the biggest amateur series in golf, where our customers can participate themselves. And in the end, we always want to have this pyramid, and this is not possible with each sponsoring field. There are some where this doesn't work. And of course, as I'm representing the German market, we also have a strategy from the headquarters. So what we are doing has to be in line with their strategy, or at least we have to get a sign off if we do something in a different way. Like, for example, running. Running is a big topic in Germany, but it's not part of the headquarters strategy. So these are the criteria, and this is the result for the German market, the fields we are sponsoring. So I talked about running. Tennis is a smaller field, as we are only having one professional tournament. Of course, winter sports, where I'm talking about later. Golf sports, that's a picture of this year's Ryder Cup, and of course the DNA of BMW motorsport. And as I said, with each sponsoring field, we have built up like a pyramid, like this. But overall, what is really important, and this is our recommendation, we don't want to be a logo sponsor. We want to tell messages, and we want to be part of it, part of the sponsoring field. For example, BMW has a brand recognition about 90% in Germany, so everybody knows the BMW logo. So we don't want to be a logo sponsor. We want to tell messages, and how we do that I will tell you in the field of winter sports, where I brought with me a short case study, and to give you a short introduction of what we are doing there and what we did the last season, I brought a short video, so please start the video. And of course, you saw a lot of logos, but as I said, every sports topic is linked to a specific a car or to a specific technology of BMW. And the winter sport is very much linked to X-Drive, which is all our intelligent all-wheel system, because we had the problem that we had much fewer brand or awareness of X-Drive compared to the Audi Quattro. And Audi Quattro has a big heritage because they are promoting the Quattro system over like 30 years. And we started with that in 2010. So we had the problem that we needed to catch up very, very fast. So in the beginning, we put the focus on X-Drive so that people can recognize it much better. And the sponsoring field, the winter sports field, is divided into two parts. One that we are doing in the German market, that's a professional winter sports, and then we have the partnerships with the top ski resorts, and as they are located across Europe and also in the States, this is done by our headquarter. And for those of you who have been to the mountains in the Alps, for example, you might have seen one of our BMWs right in the middle of the ski resort. And what we are doing in the German market, we are a huge sponsor in different topics. So we are a title partner of the Biathlon World Cup and also of the Bob and Skeleton World Cup. We are main partner of the Luge World Cup, and we are innovation partner of the German Bob and Skeleton team, which is also really important to us because we, with our technology, we support the athletes and the equipment that they get even faster. And as I said, the headquarter is doing as you remember, the beginning of my presentation, the broad base of the pyramid, they do the sponsoring for the customers because they can be part of it. They can be part of the X-Drive Cup. That's a race where they can apply for in ski resorts. They can we have different partnerships with hotels and so on where they get an advantage from. So and successful sponsoring is only successful if you do it in a 360-degree marketing mix. Because if you just do the event, it's just a small part of the circle. It's also important to tell the stories in the press, to have digital media telling stories about it. You have to have some above-the-line communication. So in every World Cup, if the World Cup is running on TV, in every advertising break, you see an X-Drive spot or a presentation of a new X model. So this is really important. And what did we reach with our sponsoring engagement? First of all, of course, we got a significant impact on the brand and on the visibility. For example, in the last winter sports season, we gained just on TV over 70 hours of brand visibility, just with our logos, with the product, with our messages, and so on. And what I said, this is how developed the recognition of X-Drive in the last years. So we started in 2010, and now here you see the trend. It's going upwards, and this is the main impact of this development is our winter sports engagement, and of course. Everybody who sees the BMW X3, X4 in the snow, it enriches our BMW winter capabilities as well. But not only X-Drive, the technology, also the product is very important for us. And as we are launching a new X model almost every year, like the X2, the BMW X2 in the last year, and now the BMW X5 this year, the winter sport gives us a perfect platform to present a new car every year. And this is how, just to give you an example, how we measure the on-screen time. So you have each pillar is a single World Cup. And as you can see in the middle, that's the media reach of 4.4 million or going up to 5 million people watching biathlon on the weekend on TV. These are really great numbers for us. And after soccer in Germany, biathlon is a sports number 2 on TV. And the yellow line gives you an impression of how many minutes the X2 is visible in each event, and over the whole season, just the product, without the boards and everything around, just the product has been seen over 2 hours on TV. But as well, of course, we do something for the customers who are on site, and we also have a lot of test drives. People can test our products. They can learn about our products. So this is really important. But and this is what we say we have to change in the future. That we have to shift the focus, because we have on the one side we have 6 million people watching our events, and we have 25 visitors on site, but to go back, but the 25,000 visitors on site are just a small part where we can directly get in touch with the people. The 6 million, they see the sports, but they are not involved in BMW yet. So what we want to do is not doing just branding and events. We want to focus in the future on content marketing in a digital way, because we want to turn our winter sports fans into BMW customers. They are interested in winter sports. They see maybe the BMW sign. They've seen it's a new product, but they are not really involved in it. And so we have to create stories where we tell them about winter sports, new developments, or fun stories, or with our athletes, which is very sympathetic. And also BMW, but BMW is not in the front. It's more in the back. And how this is done, I brought to you a short video of one of our really sympathetic and very popular athletes or former athletes in Germany. Her name is Magdalena Neuner. I don't know if you know her. She's not active anymore, but she's very sympathetic. Unfortunately, it's in German, but what she's saying you can apply for a special event. It's called the BMW X Challenge, but the only way to apply for it, you have to go to the dealership and apply there. And this is a story we placed on TV, we placed in a digital way, and well, I think start the video, please.
Und jetzt zählt's. Einatmen, ausatmen, anvisieren und Schuss. Und jetzt bist du dran. Komm in mein Team bei der BMW X Challenge.
Die BMW X Challenge. Am 11. November bewerben bei Ihrem BMW-Partner.
So this is one example, and there's one other. I don't know if you are interested in golf sport, but I want to show you one social media spot. This has been the most successful spot click-wise we ever had at BMW. It's a fun story about 4 very well-known and popular golfers in Europe, and they are also having their very funny experience with BMW and with a little boy.
All right, boys. Yeah, you're looking for a lift? Yeah, jump in, man. How's it going? How you doing? Good. You good? Yeah. So I'm gonna be your VIP driver for today. We're good? Hey, let's go. I know it's your birthday and I've got a little present for you as well. That's for you.
Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. Happy birthday. I think you should give me a big beef shout. Right now, proper big one. Beef! It never gets old, it's wicked. Let's do a big one together. Beef! What do you want to do in golf? Do you want to turn pro at some point and play on the European Tour and that?
Yeah. That's the thing that I want to do most.
I was exactly the same as you. So anyone can do it, you know? All right, mate.
Beef man, morning.
What's going on?
Are you alright to pick me up, yeah?
Yeah, perfect. On my way, man.
Alright, cheers mate, bye.
Bye, mate. Here he is. What's happening, mate?
Morning.
You good?
Mate, thanks for picking
Yeah,
me up.
no
You really
worries,
helped me
man.
out this morning.
That's it. Jump in, man.
Good morning, champ.
Good morning.
Oh, hi, Justin.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
You alright?
Yeah.
Justin, it's Aaron's 9th birthday today.
No way. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, mate.
Thank you.
God, what a start to your day. Beef picking you up, taking you to the golf course. Beef, I forgot to mention, mate, I told Henrik that I'd pick him up this morning.
Yeah. Let's go and pick him up. Let's do
Perfect.
it.
Alright, mate, you're cool. Got any favourite players?
You, Beef, then you, then
Alright.
Stenson, then Kamer.
No way. Beef, top of the tree there, mate, hey?
I'll take that every day of the week with you guys.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the street beef. What's he carrying?
Look at that. How you doing, mate? Yeah.
How good's that?
Morning.
Morning, Big H. Hey boys, how are you? Hey. Do you mind holding that for me? Haven't seen you around on tour before. What's your name?
Aaron.
Henrik, is his birthday today.
Grand old age of 9 today. Do you remember those days, H?
Barely.
Yeah.
I hadn't even started playing golf by that
No
time.
way. You see, you're ahead of the game. Ahead of the big Iceman.
Way ahead of the game.
I can't let Henrik have all the fun, but I brought that along with me as well today.
Oh.
So Henrik's got one of these as well, but unfortunately it's just not quite the same colour.
How about some tunes then?
Oh, beef, yeah. Come on.
How about we do that? How do you feel about that?
Feeling good.
So we're about to drop you off here, mate, and it's come to an end, but we've got one last thing.
Morning, boys. Happy birthday. You okay? Should we do a little putt on the 18th? Maybe one day you're going to be here yourself. 5 feet, 6 feet. Imagine you need to win the BMW PGA Championship. You can do it. Ooh. It's okay. You're in the playoff against Justin Rose. He's old by then.
Hold on, have a great day, all right?
Man, happy birthday.
Perfect. There you go.
That is the best thing that you've ever got me.
So that's an example where we brought everything together, the car, the athletes, and of course the event, our tournament in Wentworth, UK. And this is a way of storytelling we want to continue in the future. But also we have some other stories to tell, and this is more relevant for press and media, and where we gain some coverage there. So you know the camouflage design of our cars, and what we are starting this year, we are developing an own Bob, a BMW Bob, who is competing or who shall compete in the World Cup. And this really has been developed by our engineers, and this Bob will start in the World Cup, maybe not this year, but in 2020, also with a camouflage design. And for us, the important story is that we are the technical partner of the team and of the equipment. So the Bob is tested in our aerodynamic department, and important parts has been also developed by our engineers. The whole Bob is designed out of carbon, and carbon is also the material of our BMW i3, our electric car. So you really have a close link between our engineers and the sports. And this is a way of stories we generate then in the end, and where the press is really interested in, because marketing is one side, but the press will never tell a story like BMW became a new sponsor in winter sports. They will never tell this story, but they will tell a story if the team is involved and if the equipment is involved, and this is an example of the results. Yes, and this is my story. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. We have something for you too.
Thank you very much.
So,
thank you. Are there any questions from your side?
I'm coming, and I have one question.
the question is coming.
You said that you do like winter sports. But what about climate warming? If we run out of snow, what would happen?
Yeah, this is a big topic. I mean, also for the ones who are developing or organizing the events like the Nordic Championship now in Austria. Well, we don't know where the development goes to. I mean, the world heats up, we know it, but I don't know if this is a problem for the future events. I don't know. I think with the ice channel with for bobsleigh and luge. It's not a topic. We don't need snow. You can also always produce ice, and then also with in the area of biathlon, what they do, they are producing the snow one year ahead and keep it in depots. Like you will see it maybe on Sunday when the World Cup starts in biathlon in Slovenia. They don't have snow, but they produced it like in the past 2 weeks, and also they kept some snow from the year before. So I don't know. It's not very sustainable. This is a problem, but the future will show.
But people are still buying SUVs, being cheap.
Yeah, it's the most successful concept. In 1/3 of our sold cars are X models. Even there is almost no snow. It's more the higher seating position. It's a concept itself. Why the people buy the car.
Yes. Security is higher as well. It is wet, for example.
Of course.
There is a question, please.
2 questions. First is, I noticed there is no team sports. Is it a strategic decision not to have team sports in sports marketing, in BMW sports marketing?
You mean like soccer or no? That's what we didn't do in the past. We didn't want to put logos on teams because we always said the brand has to be in front. So we didn't have a very close connection. So even our brand ambassadors who are working for us in an indirect way, like the golfers, also they don't wear a logo. We are using them for our customers in meet and greets, for example. What we don't want to link, because if you do that, you have like a topic like with doping or with Tiger Woods, for example, where you don't want to have anything to do with. But this is not. Maybe the strategy can change. Yeah, but. We don't say, well, we don't need soccer at all or something. So we might one day be partner of some football team. I don't know. It really depends on what the individual market wants to have, and if it's a popular sport. And for example, the French they support rugby. For example, that's a team sport.
Because team sports offer more opportunities throughout the year. Winter sports is only maybe some months, but team sports are usually 9 or 10 months of season, and people go. But my second question is, you said that your goal number 1 is how to turn this brand recognition into real sales. What has been the most successful way to do it, or has there been some kind of like a specific thing that you have done, or a specific campaign that you have done, that you have seen the result that now this works, now people are buying the cars?
Yeah, for sales targets, the most successful way to do it is like our customers event, where our customer events, like where the dealership itself is involved. For example, the Amateur Golf Cup, where the organizer of the Golf Cup is a dealer himself, and he really is in close contact to the customer. He's inviting the customers, but you can also apply via the golf club, and where he gets in touch with new customers. And this is where we really sell cars successfully, because it's also a very interesting target group for us. So I think this is one of the most successful fields.
Another question? You can pass it on.
Yeah, thank you. So I had a question about the whole marketing strategy. So I imagine a big company like you, most of the ideas come internally through idea generation and such. But do you still have occasions where someone from the outside comes to you with an idea, and you say like, okay, that's a great idea, let's do it?
All the time. I think almost every German football club was was calling me and asking, is it possible that you are become a new sponsor in soccer, or also individual athletes. These ideas come all the time from different parts and from all the sports you can imagine, even swimming or diving or everything, really. There's almost everything.
Yeah, but what I mean is, do you do any projects like that, or you just get the emails?
No, we are evaluating everything. So that is why we also have our sponsoring tool, because, as you say, sponsoring is a people business as well. I mean, you have the management, and in the management or in the board, they all have their personal hobby or profession. And this is why I developed the scoring, because then you get an objective result where nobody can say, well, but my hobby is the best or whatever. So if there is coming a new idea and this sounds interesting, we are going through this KPI system and see what we can win. And if it performs better than our other engagements, and we are, for example, at the end of a contract, then we might switch even. So it's absolutely possible.
Thank you.
We heard from Anita that she's enjoying alpine skiing from Wings for Life World Run. What is your hobby?
Yeah, this is also one of my favorite hobbies, alpine skiing, and I also would like to become a sponsor in alpine skiing, but unfortunately in German it's a different way. In Austria, in Germany, it's not the #1 winter sport. It's not as good as biathlon in the KPI, so that's why we are not supporting it.
I'm looking at your competitors as well. Why Audi is in alpine skiing?
Well, they have a long tradition there, because they do it international-wise, and international-wise, if you see all the markets like Austria and Switzerland, they also get good results, but not in Germany. And as I'm responsible for Germany, I've decided for a different topic.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Let's give a big applause to Edel.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.